Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel and thanks for taking time out of your day to watch the video. I really appreciate that. If you like what you see, then comment down below, like the video and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and turn on notifications. Anyways, now let's get on with the video. Isiah Thomas is recognized by many as one of the greatest point guards to ever step foot on a basketball court. It's easy to see why so many people held him in such a high regard, but describing what made him so great is not as simple. He brought a set of skills that set him apart from other players in NBA history. I decided to start a video series where we look at NBA legends and see which of today's players remind us of them. The players chosen for this comparison will be chosen based on mental makeup to said legends, playing styles, relations, and perception with the media, etc. Also, note that I am not saying that these players will be as great or even come close. I'm just saying which players remind me of them through their play styles, and they have to be currently playing to be eligible. Let's look at what made Isiah Thomas so unique and the legend he is today. On the court, Isiah Thomas was known for his great passing and court vision, his ability to dribble and drive into the paint, and his dribbling in general. One of the more underrated aspects of his game was his ability to score, seeing as he would run the offense and primarily focused on passing to the open man. Although he was also great at stealing the ball on the defensive end, as evidenced by him being the Pistons' all-time leader in steals. More importantly, his success could be contributed to his leadership skills and ability to rally the team. All of these features combined to create a player who was extremely deadly on the court. Now, in today's game, there are a couple of players who immediately come to mind when I think of Isiah Thomas. Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, and Steph Curry are the three that immediately spring to mind. First up, we have Kyrie, who is known around the league best for his insane dribbling skills and ability to get into the paint and finish like very few can, with his circus shots and trick layups. His dribbling skills and finishing ability are one of the main reasons why he tends to remind me of Isiah, although I will admit he is a better ball handler and finisher. Also, although not as significant, he did play a prominent role alongside LeBron in winning Cleveland its first ring, which is similar to Thomas playing main character on the Pistons championship teams of the 80s. And while Kyrie does have his defensive deficiencies, there have been times in big moments where he has played some acceptable defense. Where I think the similarities start to end is their mindset. See, Kyrie's mindset is to score, which helps him embody the label of the shoot-first point guard. Facilitating is not a top priority for him. Now, you could say it's because he plays alongside LeBron, but even before LeBron came back, he was not known as a passer. Meanwhile, as the primary ball handler for the Pistons, Isiah made it a priority to get the offense and his teammates going before he did. Now that we have broken down Kyrie's game, let's do the same with our other candidates. Next up, we have CP3, who is known for his excellent passing combined with court vision and basketball IQ, which is off the charts. We also know for a fact that he can run an offense, seeing as how he pretty much made DeAndre Jordan more useful in the Clippers' system of offense by playing to his strengths, which was his dunking and rebounding, thus creating Lob City in the process. And, for all of his gifts on the offensive end, CP3 is a very good defender, as shown by leading the league in steals multiple times and just watching tapes of his game. Finally, he is an effective leader for his team and propels his teams to much higher levels of excellence. Most people hold his lack of a finals appearance and ring against him, but those are team achievements, not individual ones, and don't fully represent his skills. If we were to gloss over the team achievements and solely look at his playing style, mindset, and leadership, then we can see a resemblance to the Detroit legend. Another similarity, although it may not be a good one for CP3 in terms of his image with the media, is that both Thomas and Paul are tough and scrappy players. They will do whatever it takes to win. Now, the mainstream media, in my opinion, is somewhat wrong when labeling Isiah and Chris as dirty players at times, more so Thomas than Paul. I feel as if they are more resilient than most because that's what they use to make up for their lack of size. Let's move on to Steph. Finally, we have Steph Curry, who can cook up a flurry with his three-point assault and lay teams to waste within a couple of possessions. He, like Isaiah and Kyrie, is known for his crossovers and dribbling skills that most players could only dream of. Due to that amount of skill for his dribbling, he can drive to the paint with an incredible amount of effectiveness and lay it up. He has also shown at times to not be a complete liability on the defensive end and has shown capability of stealing the ball. Also, being the orchestrator of the entire Golden State Warriors run of dominance so far shows his ability to lead a team to the promised land, which Thomas had also done. The biggest difference between the two is their relation and perception with the media. On the one hand, Steph is treated as a media darling who can do no wrong in their eyes, whereas with Thomas, it's the complete opposite. He got scrutinized even when winning because of the way he and his team played with an increased level of physicality, most notably with his titanic battles against Michael Jordan. Now granted, this is a factor that is out of both players' control, but, nonetheless, it needs to be mentioned. Now that we've looked at all of the candidates' games, mentality, and leadership skills, it's time to determine which reminds us of Thomas the most. Out of all three players, the one to eliminate first is Steph Curry. The reason being that since Curry's game is predicated on destroying his opponents from long range and focusing on the three-point shot more than the other two players. Thomas was the opposite, mainly due to the era he played in, which promoted contact and taking a closer, more safe shot than a riskier three, so that takes Steph out of the running. And then there were two players. Now between Kyrie and Chris, the player that reminds me most of Isaiah is Chris Paul, and here's why. Paul has the passing and court vision comparable to Thomas and has a traditional point guard's mentality of passing first and then scoring, whereas Kyrie is the complete opposite, to where he thinks score. The other thing is that Paul is above average defensively, just like Thomas was. Finally, what gives Paul the win is that he is a better leader than Kyrie and more effective, as shown with his tenure with the Clippers and Hornets, and can run the offense better, while Kyrie focuses on isolation hero ball, which Thomas rarely did. Although you could say Kyrie did show signs of leadership when he played a significant role on a championship caliber team, leading them back from 3-1, he was not running the offense like Thomas would have or Paul would, because that responsibility was delegated to LeBron. Also, while Paul may not have led a team to a championship, that is a team achievement, so it doesn't count. There have been plenty of great basketball leaders who never won a ring. It doesn't mean that they aren't great leaders, and so as a result Paul wins in the end. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please comment down below if you agree or disagree with my verdict and why. Also, would you have chosen the same candidates? Feel free to leave a like, comment and subscription to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and turn on notifications. One more thing, give me some feedback so that I can improve this channel in the future. Thanks for watching, see you next time and goodbye.